Please welcome to the stage Tom Tresser with the Civic Lab.
I love that, living our values. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tom Tresser, and I'm a civic educator and public defender based here in Chicago. My work has allowed me over the last few years to present at over 150 community meetings around the city. And I've been a student of the far right since 1991, and I followed their political path closely. So I'm going to ask you to put down your technology, quiet your brain, close your eyes, and open your heart. This is what I've learned from my community work and from my research on the far right and the constellation of conservative business and religious civic players that have worked so well together. Before the strategy, before the technology, before the texting, we need a reason to win. Our opportunity for 2020 is to deliver a message of generosity and civic possibility grounded on equity, justice, and compassion. What difference do we make? What distinguishes us from the opposition? I'm going to share with you briefly. It's about love versus hate. Collaboration versus isolation, generosity over selfishness, shared responsibility and shared destiny versus everyone for themselves, abundance over austerity, generosity over selfishness, inclusion over exclusion, difference over sameness. My friends, it's about public over private. The message for the Democratic Party and for any progressive candidate seeking to do justice and correct the course of a dangerously right-leaning America is simple. We need to explain, celebrate, lift up, and evolve the word public. And by public, I mean the greater good, the notion that we're all in this together and that there is a set of assets that are not owned by anybody, but are shared and are common resources to everyone. Stuff like parks, libraries, the internet, services like education, housing, transportation, health, clean water, and safe roadways. Public necessities like courts, fire protection, ambulance, and bridges. Stuff that we all pay for, but and we all can use, often without free and without discrimination. So let me say this, embracing public is about distributed generosity. In 1944 and 45, the State of Union addresses, President Roosevelt called for a second Bill of Rights that included the right to a good-paying job, the right of every family to a decent home, the right to medical care and the opportunity to achieve and enjoy good health, the right to freedom from economic fears of old age, sickness, and unemployment, the right to a great education. That sounds pretty great, right? But have we strayed from his path? In 1952, Harry Truman addressed a group of people in New York City and to giving them some advice about the upcoming campaign. He said, "The first rule in my book is that we have to stick by the liberal principles of the Democratic Party. We're not going to get anywhere by trimming or appeasing, and we don't need to try it. We've seen it happen time and time again. When the Democratic candidate allows themselves to be put on the defensive and starts apologizing for the New Deal and says they really don't believe in them, they're sure to lose." And this is critical, friends. He said, the people don't want a phony Democrat if they have the choice between a genuine Republican and a Republican in Democratic clothing that choose a genuine article every time. That is, they will take a Republican before they choose a phony Democrat. And I don't want any phony Democrats on this campaign. So let's take Franklin's and Harry's advice and go for more public in 2020. Don't hide from it, don't obscure it, let's run on it. Genuine Democrats stand for the public. We fight for the public. Let's all work for more public in 2020. If you agree with me, follow us on #MorePublic. Thank you.